Let's take the same 1, 2, 3. Oops. What did he take originally? 724,153. One, two, three, four, five. Where's the six? They didn't put six. Anyways, uh, it doesn't return insertion sort. Should return A, right?
It will modify
In case we'll modify it, but then how am I going to use it? Like, how am I going to display it?
the original A array will get modified.
You sure we don't have to return it?
Yeah,
Because so anything that's happening will stay inside this function, right? Outside world, how will they get to know that that has been modified?
with arrays you can modify it from inside the function because they hold pointers.
Hmm. Okay, let's see. N is the size of the array, right? One, two, three, four, five, six. Oh shit! I have to use A. Okay, sorted. Okay, so this is fine. We have to build that using pointers. So this is a sort list. The job of this is basically sort, and let's see. Okay, so we have temp to loop through. Then we don't need the number, right? Like because we'll just check if it's going up until the end, which is if temp is not equal to null. So I'll take us to the end of that particular list. Uh, we definitely need to hold the value in the whole. Okay, then we start from the first element, which means we start from the first node. But I think he's starting from the first one, which means skipping the previous, the zeroth index. So we should start from the I equals 2, right?
Yeah, from the second node.
Yeah.
Do we need to have I
Sorry.
and size?
So what do you want
Do
to
we
check?
need to have I? Maybe we don't need it, right? Because we're using temp to loop.
Uh, I'm just thinking. So if you're using temp, are you going to use temp next to next? How are you going to loop? I'm trying to
Yes,
keep
we'll
use I
start
for.
with first node next.
I'm just trying to, just for simplicity, for understanding, like using next to next compared to using I, we directly straight at the end ahead. We know we're starting from the second one. We'll change that later if we need to. Let's go with this for now. So you start from the second one and you go up until the size. Okay, which is basically what we're doing here. And then value equals uh, so I guess this will be temp next to next, right? Then only you'll get the value of the second element.
Why next to next? Just next once, right?
Sorry.
Just one next PTR data for the second element.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, a whole minus 1. So here we have to reach the previous element. So how are we going to reach the previous element now?
The previous element is temp.
Okay. Okay, so now we need the a whole, which means we need the second element, which is the current element basically. Do we need to? Okay, so if we need the current element equals the previous, correct? This look like, does this look right? This,
I think we should be assigning the data temp next ptr data equals temp data.
okay, so this was the, this was what, temp was previous. So we said the next element equals the value. Oh, sorry, the second element equals the value, correct?
Yeah.
So this was holding the second element. So that's what we want to do now also. And you want to set it equal to one previous. So temp data, because temp contains the previous one.
Yeah, on line 45 also that should be temp data more than value.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. And then whole minus minus. Is whole even doing anything? And then a whole means, now how are we going to know dynamically what's the value of the whole? We have to kind of move the pointer, move the temp, right? So keep moving temp. Uh, I guess temp equals temp next PTR. That's how we increment it, correct?
But we have to decrement.
Oh, yes. So then, so if we have to decrement, how are we going to decrement it? How we go previous? This is a singly linked list, right? It's not going to have. I think probably temp next PTR equals temp, something like that. That should work. What do you think on this one?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay. I think in this case, the way you have done it with the incrementing kind of, I think, fits better in terms of linked list. You know, the way you were incrementing in your code.
But still the whole had to be decremented.
Hmm. Okay. Let's see. And then a whole equals value. So whole will, for as long as it's greater than zero, so whole will finally become, I think, zero, right? In this loop, because we are decrementing the value of whole. So eventually whole at this point is going to become zero. It's a bit confusing. Let's see how the other guys are doing it.
Does the question says to use insertion sort?
Yeah, it does.
It just says sort the elements of the list.
Does it not talk about insertion sort?
No.
Hold on, let me check. It does, but then shouldn't we know how to sort with insertion sort? I think we've done it with the bubble, right? So at least we should know all the sorting processes. What I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if we have a insertion sort with linked list.